Alright guys, so the next and first global and JP Dokkan Fest after the sync is going to be my boy Vegeta. We are getting a scout of Vegeta who does do the dirty fireworks. There's also a side banner Kui coming with him as well. We'll go through him after we go through his details, but I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm hopping straight into this to see what my boy can do. So for the 170 lead, he leads Planet Namek Saga, Gifted Warriors or Inhuman Deeds, and provides the additional 30% HP attack and defense for characters who also belong to Dragon Ball Seekers or Pure Saiyans. I can't lie, as a category right now, because there's going to be easy A's, there's going to be side easy A's surely. Right now, these as leads, aside from maybe Gifted Warriors, doesn't seem to be too strong of a leader skill, at least right now anyway. Of course, during the celebration, there's going to be easy A's, side easy A's, so hopefully they're going to be very good as well, especially to beef out these categories. He does have an entrance animation, which when activated, Vegeta will gain Ki +3, attack and defense +180 for the rest of battle. No turn condition, nothing, just for the rest of the battle is really nice. And it's when only facing one enemy, which is pretty much, what, 95% of the difficult content in the entire game. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Attack and defense +50% per key sphere obtained, up to 500%. Okay, it makes sense because he basically doesn't have a starter turn passive, so this actually makes sense now. But all of this on top of the fact that he can get up to 500% per key sphere obtained. I can't wait to see Vegeta in action already. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. He's his own rainbow orb changer as well. Alright, Dokkan, I see you. Reduces damage received by 30% and chance of evading enemies' attack plus 18% with an AGL key sphere obtained or 5 or more key spheres obtained. So, not only does he have all of this, but then also has 30% damage reduction and 18% dodge chance, which isn't a lot. But as long as you pick up one AGL key sphere or 5 or more just any key spheres. I can't lie, having the either or is very nice, but just picking up a singular AGL key sphere and Vegeta has 30% damage reduction is very, very nice. And don't forget, his own rainbow orb changer as well, so not too difficult to get the 5 or more. Then gains an additional chance of evading enemies' attack plus 30% and an additional damage reduction of 18% when attacking and if HP is 50% or more. So when Vegeta attacks, if you do get the key spheres he needs, that means he'll have 48% damage reduction, 48% dodge chance, while having all of this, which is of course very specific to how many orbs you can pick up. And depending on orb placement, even if he is his own orb changer, you can get kind of unlucky, but it's 50% per. 3 key spheres and you've pretty much got a standard passive right there, or even 4. But the fact it goes up to 500% is still mad to me. Not only that, launches an additional super attack, just guaranteed, yeah? No 50% chance, no 70% chance. Vegeta just has a built-in additional no matter what. Okay, yeah, sure, I'm here for that. If HP is 50% or less at the end of turn... Okay, if HP is 50% or less at the end of the turn, plus an additional defense, plus 50% and a 50% chance for a critical hit. If HP is 50% or less at the end of turn, plus an additional defense, plus 50% and a 50% chance of performing a critical hit for the next turn onward. Okay, damn. Vegeta just does a whole lot. We're not even finished yet. After the character performs a super attack 5 or more times in battle, which with the additional shouldn't be too difficult to do. Change all key spheres to AGL key spheres at the start of character's next attacking turn once only. And for the character's attacking turns going forward, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to AGL key spheres. Are you mad? So, after you do the 5 super attacks, which really isn't difficult to do, as I said, with a built-in additional, then you have skill orbs if you gain dupes. So that could potentially be 2 to 3 super attacks in one turn. If you do that, even if you don't have dupes, right? Even if you don't, you're still looking at, what, 2 per turn? Which the latest you're going to do that is, what, by turn 5? Which the most recent difficult content has been a little bit more on the longer side. So that's really not difficult to do. For him to then basically nuke the entire field once, especially for the fact he can have 500% attack and defense per key sphere obtained in total. on top of the 180 he has from the entrance animation, which is for the rest of battle, that's 680% attack and defense you're going to get once per fight for the majority of the time if it's long enough. That's crazy. Not to mention he also has built-in additional, also has built-in crit, damage reduction, dodge. Damn. And then going forward, we'll randomly change key spheres of a certain type to AGL key spheres, which is even better because you only need one AGL key sphere to get his damage reduction and dodge chance. Damn. I can't lie, Dokkan cooked with this one. They cooked with this one. They done my boy Jeets. Nice. His link skills, the same warrior race, royal lineage, prodigies, brutal beatdown, the same lineage, prepared for battle, and fierce battle. Then on his active skill, which is dirty fireworks, it can be activated after performing 4 or more super attacks in battle, which again with the built-in additional really isn't difficult to do whatsoever. He'll massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and have attack plus 50% in battle. His categories are Planet Namek Saga, Gifted Warriors, Inhuman Deeds, Dragon Ball Seekers, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's Family, Planetary Destruction. Another unit who can also go on with the team with Broly. I didn't even expect him to be on that category, I'm not sure why, but another unit that can go on the same category as in LR Broly and benefit from his domain. And all that support. So, even if the likes of Planet Namek Saga or Inhuman Deeds or Gifted Warriors, less so than the other two, but even if those 3 categories don't get major buffs from this celebration, which they should do naturally from EZAs, but if the buffs aren't enough, you can still put him on Planetary Destruction. You can still put him on one of the strongest categories in the entire game. Love that. Love that. I've got no stones right now, but I want him. I want him. He's a Jeets. I have to have him. And then on super attack, he will stack attack by 50% and stack defense by 30%. Okay, Dokkan, I see you. They cooked with this. So, not only can he get a ton of extra attack and defense per key sphere obtained, not only is his own rainbow orb changer, not only does he have dodge, damage reduction, built-in crit, built-in additional, not even a chance by the way, just guaranteed additional. When you performed enough super attacks, not only will you get to use his active skill, which can do big damage, but then you can also then have him become an AGL orb changer, which means getting his damage reduction and extra dodge chance is even easier to do. Which in total is 48% damage reduction, 48% dodge chance. But this man also stacks. Jeets generally does a piece of everything. Dokkan fully cooked here, and they've done my boy so well. Thank you, Dokkan. Then we have the side banner Kui. I think this is probably the first SSR Kui we've ever gotten in the game, aside from the rare that exists, who we never want in our summons, but takes up the majority of them. So, they bless my boy Jeets. Does Kui get the same treatment? So he starts with Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 150, has a 50% chance to dodge. Also, if HP is 50% or less when receiving an attack, plus an additional chance of evading enemies' attack plus 20% as well. So if things get a bit techie, Kui will have a 70% chance to dodge, which is decent, but very specific. Plus an additional attack plus 150 and a chance of evading enemies' attack plus 20% when attacking, and if the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status, a 70% chance of launching an additional super attack. Okay, even just that bit alone, they've niced Kui. Just all of that dodge chance alone, they've niced Kui. Never thought when I see such a usable Kui unit in all of Dokkan, even though this is literally the first one, but they've done him good already. Because just from Kui attacking, you have, what, 70% chance to dodge, which is very good. Also, he's an int unit, which means you get free 5 dodge anyway from the 55% in the dupe system. But then if things do get techie, and you do get your HP down to 50% or less, Kui will have 90% chance to dodge, which is almost guaranteed. He also evades enemies' attack and performs a critical hit within the turn if HP is 50% or less at the start of turn. That's guaranteed. I mean, it's once only, but that's guaranteed. So if your HP gets to 50% or less, not only does he have an extra 20% chance to dodge anyway, but then the first time he gets down to 50% HP or less, he'll have guaranteed dodge once and also a guaranteed crit once as well. Usually those are the type of things, I mean the dodge, not the crit. Usually you get guaranteed dodge typically attached to active skills. I mean, we see it with Easy A, Fizz, Goten, and Trunks. If things get techie and you generally get down to 50% HP or less with Kui on your team, he will have guaranteed dodge. That's really nice. The guaranteed crit is also nice, but mainly the guaranteed dodge for one turn is... Okay, fair enough. The first SSR Kui, and he's generally been done very nice. Dokkan has blessed him as well. Also, for C's enemy super attack at the start of character's attacking turn, when there is another Planet Namek Saga category ally attacking in the same turn. So not only does he have a ton of dodge, and at one point, guaranteed dodge and guaranteed crit, but if there's another Planet Namek Saga category unit attacking in the same turn, we will have the scouter ability. Okay. If you generally said to me years ago, by the way, there'll be a very good usable Kui unit in the game, I would have laughed at you and I told you to shut up. I'd have been like, out my face, you're waffling. This is probably as good as Kui's ever gonna get. Unless someday he gets a Dokkan Fest, which at this point he could. Who knows when. But this is probably as good as Kui's ever gonna get. And they've actually done him really well. At the moment, as I said, Easy A, side Easy A's will make the Planet Namek Saga category better, so that will introduce more category units to use to trigger this. Also, there's Jeets himself. There's even if you pull a Jeets, friend Jeets, dual leads, that's another 2 already. I think the only thing I would have liked a bit more for Kui to do is support Planet Namek Saga. Because they've got him sub-leading it, they've got Jeets leading it and giving a 200%. They also have Kui needing a Planet Namek Saga to get the Scouter ability. So surely the Easy A's and sub Easy A's in the celebration are mainly going to be Planet Namek Saga units, which I'm hoping the Easy A the whole Ginyu Force. The AGL Dokkan Fest and the 2 side banner units, I'm hoping they Easy A them. Because I want them to make a comeback. And also there's your Planet Namek Saga units right there. But then I would have liked it if Kui supported Planet Namek Saga as well. That would have been cherry on top. But either way, I'm very happy with what they've done with him. His link skills are Brutal Beatdown, Coward, Frieza's Minion, Frieza's Army, Loyalty, Surf the Conquest, and also Fierce Battle. Only 3 categories, which is Planet Namek Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, and on Super Attack, Kui will greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for one turn, cause spring damage to the enemy, and lower attack and defense. So both Jeets and Kui are looking really good. Hopefully the animations are just the same. No way is that his animation. Man said, he says, oh, is that... No. Man said, is that Lord Frieza? Look behind you. Wow. That's so stupid, but so funny. Fair enough. I actually really like that as a super attack animation.
You're in for a treat. You see, I managed to learn a little new trick during my time on Earth. Like how to control my power level.
Alright, voice lines sound good. Oh, the final Gallic Cannon. In the games, I always thought this was a cold move, so I like this is in Dokkan now. That was good. That was good.
You're not going anywhere.
Do it to him, Jeets. Do it to him.
Dirty fire.
I like that. I like that. I feel like it was a bit too quick. I don't know how they could have made it a little bit longer. I felt like it was a bit too quick though, but I like that. This bit just seems really rushed.
Dirty fire.
But hey, the animations did their bit. They were good. They were good. I love Kui's super attack animation. It's so stupid, but it fits so well. But let me know your thoughts on Jeets and Kui down in the comments. Will you be summoning? Will you not? I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And peace.